What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another virtual LATICRETE training. Today we're going to talk about Prime and Bond. It's a bond promoting primer. It is a super versatile product which is oftentimes underutilized. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the benefits of the product itself and its application. So Prime and Bond is a single component primer with a built-in aggregate that's used on top of a multitude of substrates, giving us a really good bond. It's available in 1 gallon, 3.5 gallon. Generally, we're going to get about 300 square feet per gallon. Depends on substrate. So if you've got a porous substrate, maybe a little less, high. Some of the more smooth substrates, you're going to get more coverage, but generally about 300 square feet. We typically see a budget number right around 12 cents a square foot. So when we're talking about the surface prep benefits of this stuff, on the low prep direction the market's heading, huge value to it. Some of the substrates we can go down on top of that have typically been off limits to a direct bond tile installation include steel troweled concrete, cement or epoxy terrazzo, poured epoxy floors, fiber reinforced or FRP panels, plastic laminates, any type of tile or natural stone, porcelain, ceramic, glass, quarry tile, all suitable substrates. Gypcrete is a big one for us. We're able to go down right on top of clean, structurally sound Gypcrete tile. Good to go. Basically just consult the data sheet. The list really goes on. It's too long to name everything, but anything that's kind of a weird installation or questionable substrate, good to go. Talk about cut back adhesive, different types of carpet adhesives, pressure sensitive adhesives, polyurethane adhesives that are properly prepared, kind of just scrape down with a residue left. We're going down on top of that easily. Now, one of the real big markets that we're pursuing with this product is the self-leveling underlayment market. We've traditionally sold NXT Level, which is a great product for us, has been for a long time. Is a product that needed to be diluted depending on the substrate porosity, etc. Sometimes a broad cast of sand had to be introduced to it. We can eliminate all those steps with Prime and Bond. It's ready right out of the pail. 3/8 snap roller, your aggregate or your sand broadcast essentially is built right in. You're going to apply a single coat, it's going to go down on top of your substrate and create almost a sandpaper effect that our self-leveling underlayments are going to bond really well to. So in the past, where we maybe had a steel trowel concrete slab, very smooth surface, any amount of adhesive, where before introducing a self-leveling underlayment, we would have had to come in and either heavily grind, shot blast, scarify, somehow braid that surface so that it was ready to accept the self-leveling underlayment. At this point, as long as the adhesive residue has been scraped to something that's structurally sound residue, Prime and Bond, pour right over it. So we're talking about a huge savings time-wise, labor-wise, money-wise on a project by not needing to do most of those steps at this point, just prime and bond and rock and roll. Another cool feature with Prime and Bond is the amount of time it needs to cure prior to either a tile over tile installation or self-leveling underlayment's been reduced from the NXT Level products that we've seen in the past, where with Prime and Bond we're recommending 2 hours. Really, once it's dried to the touch, you're ready to rock and roll. So we can get back on this primer quickly, get our underlayment put down, and then proceed with the install. Another nice feature on the back side is the typical recoat for primers was traditionally about 24 hours. So if a primer was applied and a self-leveling underlayment wasn't installed on top of it within 24 hours, you'd have to come back and re-prime the floor. Right? The extended time now with Prime and Bond, we're out to 72 hours. So if you get your primer down, something goes wrong on the job site, you got to leave, pack up for a day, a couple days, you can still get back in there as long as it hasn't been contaminated in the process, get back in there and not need to re-prime before you pour. So if your installer for whatever reason has to put material down on Friday, can't access the building until Monday, you're still good to go. You didn't waste that time and material putting your primer down. So to summarize, Prime and Bond, phenomenal product for us, underutilized in my opinion, but super diverse, able to be used for a ton of different stuff. We want to consult the website and check out the technical data sheet for all the installation instructions, intended use and such, but available at your local distribution. Call your local LATICRETE rep if you haven't had a chance to mess with this stuff. Really been a home run in my markets, taken off and doing really well, performs super for us. So appreciate your time. We'll see you next time.